residents and city gangs known as Shamir, which roughly translates as ghosts, pull people from their cars.
They will live by it and they will die by it. And it ain't no Hollywood movie. It's just the truth, and that's the way they get down.
Haiti's embattled president Jean-Bertrand Aristide has fled into exile and left Port-au-Prince at dawn.
48 Laws of Power, man, is a hell of a book, but because they use that shit and on the wrong people.
People, when they think Jackboy, they off rip or some gun robbery. That's the majority. That's the first part of the Jackboy. But it's another part too. I could do it with my mind too. I could rob you for your information. And like right now, I can rob the industry in a good way.
Most definitely.
Finesse it for what I need. I'm jacking the industry. Jackboy, that boy.
Sac Passe Gang, Jackboy. Jackboy is arguably one of the best artists coming out of Florida right now. Introduced to the world by the Sniper Gang CEO Kodak Black. Having only been rapping for 5 years, his rise to the top translated through high quality bangers such as Grimace, Pressure, Bipolar, and so much more. For a long time, he has been regarded by the media as Kodak Black affiliate and loomed in the shadows for so long. But he has managed to escape by sabotaging his relationship with Kodak Black, in my opinion, using the 48 Laws of Power. But to understand his frame of mind, you have to understand his story. My name is CJ from YouTube, and this is the story of Jackboy.
Going on like food stamps, all that little stuff. Even the broke people feel like I got food stamps, I'm broke. No, the F you're not. Cause my mama Haitian immigrant. If she go apply for food stamps right now, we getting us deported back to Haiti. So it was like, it was kind of a little harder, but it was like, I still always had the hustle.
Pierre Delancey, better known as Jackboy, was born on August 27, 1997, in the impoverished and violent streets of Haiti. He was born in the same year when Haiti began to experience a power shift crisis, which resulted in the killing of innocent people that were caught in the crossfire. Just to give you a better perspective of where he's coming from and the struggle he had to overcome, 1 in 5 children in Haiti during that era died before the age of 5. At any point, Jackboy's life could have been just another statistic. In 2003, when he was only 6 years old, the country dissolved into anarchy and violence yet again.
Today in Haiti, we have terrorists, drug dealers, criminals, killing innocent people.
Luckily, in that same year, his mom was granted visas for the family, and they escaped to America in search of a better life. They live around different South Florida cities like North Lauderdale before settling in Pompano Beach. It was around this time Jackboy introduced himself to John Wick, who is Kodak Black's older brother, as he was observing what was taking place in the streets in front of their house.
You first to meet Jackboy.
Walking through the hood from the other side, from Golden Square. He was from Golden Square. That's where he came from. He's originated from North Lauderdale. He from around there.
Oh, you talking about old Jackson? Oh,
little Jackboy from North Lauderdale. You feel me? He's born in IET. He come from IET. He moved to Golden Square. From Golden Square, I don't know how long he been there, but he went to walk around the hood.
Yeah.
I see you. Me and my brother Jason. You feel me? True story.
Some may have believed that Kodak Black and Jackboy instantly bonded due to their similarities of both having Haitian immigrant parents, but that's far from the truth. Jackboy had to prove himself and fought his way into the Golden Acres projects, even fighting Kodak Black amongst others.
Them, it wasn't like they clicked or anything, cause my brother Jason punched him up.
You say you what?
My brother Jason, Holmes, he punched him up.
What that mean right there?
Punched him up, beat him up real bad.
Okay, I got to know.
You hear me? Holmes punched him up. Lil Boosie punched him up. I think Johnny, man. You feel me? John won. Yeah. T-Tech was finna fight him. Rudy Kid was finna fight him. Like it was like
this was early before.
Yeah, before he even became family. You feel me? But that's how the hood is. You gon' fight your way in the hood. You feel me? He was an outsider. You feel me?
Jackboy and Kodak Black are almost the same age, but are separated just a few months apart. Kodak Black is 24 years old and was born in June 11, 1997, while Jackboy was born in August. After they both proved themselves to each other, Jackboy and Kodak Black been nearly inseparable. As Kodak says in Jackboy's song, Like a Million, Jackboy is my we so alike, that my synonym. From a young age, they both played football and bonded over their love for the sport. Jackboy even had dreams of becoming a football player, but the two have been entangled in legal trouble since they were children. Both Kodak Black and Jackboy were arrested in 5th grade. Jackboy was repeatedly arrested, once at the age of 12, after accompanying an older friend to break into someone's house. Luckily, he only spent 1 day in jail and was later released. And another time, at 13 years old, when he was sent off to juvie, where he remained until he was 17 years old. The cycle wasn't broken when he turned 18. Jackboy was busted for other crimes that included credit card fraud, aggravated battery, and numerous counts of armed robbery throughout the years. His moniker Jackboy explicitly refers to his behavior, as it literally means a person who commits robberies. By the time he turned 22 years old, he had been locked up for 8 years, according to an interview with Genius.
I'm 22. I've been locked up 8 years of my life already. I went to prison 2 times. Not county jail. How people go to county and be like, I went to prison. No, that's not prison. I went to prison, Department of Correction 2 times. Once at 17 and again at 19. So
growing up beyond bars, it made him more observant and patient than other people in his age. But perhaps the most significant change occurred while he was in jail. It was an evolution from a boy who jacks to Jackboy, the artist. Like most rappers, he began his entry into music by freestyling. The very first studio recorded song of his to appear online was the 2016 freestyle, in which he rapped over Hot the widely popular 2014 song by New York rapper Bobby Shmurda, yelling out Sniper Gang and Free Kodak. His style was similar to music of his idols like Boosie, Webby, and Soulja Slim. In December of that year, Jackboy dropped his first mixtape, Stick Up Kid, which included features from Kodak Black and P&B Rock. But he didn't take music seriously until he went back to jail. This time, he realized rap might have saved him from staying locked up for a long time. He was supposed to catch a real long sentence, but since they saw he was a rapper and he had a career, they gave him a chance. Music was the only reason they spared him. He possessed a lengthy criminal rap sheet. Up to this point, Jackboy had been compared to Kodak Black and was still looming in his shadow, despite Kodak Black being in jail. Even though Jackboy was rapping Sniper Gang, he had plans to escape Kodak Black and become his own man. And he used the 48 laws of power to sabotage his friendship and escape the looming shadows.
48 Laws of Power, man, it's a hell of a book, boy. Because they use that shit and on the wrong people.
In a 2019 interview with YouTube channel This Is 50, Jackboy clarified his name.
like right now, I could rob the industry in a good way.
Most definitely.
Finesse it for what I need. I'm jacking the industry.
I can dig it.
Jackboy, that part.
Okay.
This is when people believe Jackboy knew what he was doing all alone. Jackboy had built a relationship with people in the industry through his affiliations with Kodak Black and Sniper Gang. He used this time as a learning curve to soak as much information as he can, put himself in a better position when the time was right. And as soon as he signed with Empire, he dropped any association he had with Sniper Gang and his raps and on social media. Jackboy's early music sounded almost identical to his former best friend. On Too Fly, from Jackboy's first mixtape, he carries the hook, but when Kodak Black's jump on the track, on the first verse, it's very difficult to tell them apart. Both of them have the same dirty South accent and slurring tendencies. After coming home from his last bid, he stayed in the studio, recreating his sound and himself as an artist, and no longer strictly rapping with his normal voice and using the Kodak Black inspired ad-libs, and begin to rap and sing using autotune. Even he says in an interview before this quarrel with Kodak Black, they can't compare me to Kodak Black now, cause my sound is completely different. From there on out, he started to separate himself with his sound from Kodak Black. At this point, fans started to recognize Jackboy as his own separate artist, because he was the only one rapping SG while Kodak Black was away. After Kodak Black came home, and everyone was expecting Kodak Black and Jackboy to reunite, to join forces yet again and become the real-life Batman and Robin. But Jackboy was no longer satisfied with being the sidekick, and rumors started to float in the air that he was no longer in good terms with Kodak Black. But Jackboy corrected the fans and said everything was cool. Jackboy never spoke on the situation more than he needed to, but he knew exactly what was going on between the two, pushing Kodak Black to make the ultimate decision, and Kodak Black sued Jackboy. This was when Jackboy applied law number 44. This law requires you to mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do. They cannot figure out your strategy. The mirror effect mocks and humiliates them, making them overreact. Black tweeted what appeared to be a cryptic message emailed Jackboy, made a M of Lil Jack. He further added, took long enough, but business was bestowed on. Not long after, Jackboy responded to the message by using lyrics from Kevin Gates. Fans speculated what could have prompted the argument between the two. Eventually, Kodak Black sued Jackboy. When Kodak Black sued Jackboy for allegedly breaching his contract, Kodak Black was expecting Jackboy to bow down and return to him. But in return, Jackboy presented a counter-suit which caught Kodak Black by surprise because he was not expecting his longtime friend to want to fight back with him legally, even though he was the first one that presented in the first place. Falling right into Jackboy's arm, in the law of the mirror effect, Kodak Black took to Instagram to express his frustration.
Our mutual homeboy Ben told me, bro, this what you wanted to do. So now it's like when I go to send me something back.
But Jackboy was ready for the verbal warfare.
Did I whoop you on who was just rapping your song? Did I beat you up rapping your own song before? Did I beat you up rapping your own song before?
Jackboy escaped from the hands of Kodak Black, and Kodak Black knew it. Their friendship and everything they had built together had went out the window. And a few days later, Kodak Black released a statement accepting what he once feared. It's highly unlikely that the two might reconcile their differences and reunite once again. It seemed as if the issue stems from an altercation that happened between John Wick, Kodak Black's brother, and Jackboy.
Good relationship until I had did a little something to him. You feel me, in the project. You feel me? I did him dirty. I was right and I was wrong at the same time. You feel me? But he was like, in his mind, he was like, man, I gotta get him back. I ain't gonna forget about that. You feel me?
And it seemed as if Jackboy had the better hand and he had gotten his revenge. Therefore, there's no reason for him to reconcile his relationship with John Wick or Kodak Black. Even if Kodak Black wanted to be cool with Jackboy, he may have to sacrifice his relationship with his own brother because John Wick said he's not willing to allow Jackboy and Kodak Black to be cool again. My name is CJ from YouTube. If you made it this far into the video, you like the concept, please feel free to like, comment, and share it. I'm tired of Hip Hop Daily stealing my videos, so I had to twist it up a bit. Hopefully, you enjoyed this one. My name is CJ from YouTube, and I'm out. Meow. Shh.